You left not bringing this back up, but when you left, do you think y'all would ever be able to work again with Joe Buttons? No, not saying on them, but I'm just saying even like in the same room, just like make peace or
never. Me? I'm just answering for
you
me.
personally.
I can't speak for my partner.
I'm talking about you.
Never.
Never could be cool again. It's not a beef or anything, but it's like
no, it's not beef. I don't have beef with nobody.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not beef, but you know, as men, again, I think when certain things are said and done, I think it's best for us to just never, come across each other again, because again, you know, we're men, and I mean that's fine. Everything,
sure.
Relationships, you outgrow each other.
Yeah, I hate that people make it deeper than that. If someone explains
it's
like
not
that.
For me, it's not, man. I had to do a lot of work on myself, internally and just mentally and spiritually as well, to get to a space where I wasn't feeling some type of way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've removed the ego from it. And again, like I said, everything to the chin, nothing to the heart. I don't take it personal. It is what it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. It is what it is. But we can't do this though. Absolutely. Nah, it's never, again, I could control myself, but I'm just scared of myself at the same time, because I know the type of thoughts that I have and the type of energy that still is inside of me. But I do a great job of putting that to the back burner. I'm an older guy now. Beef is corny to me. Absolutely. I'm not beefing with nobody black. I'm not doing that. Right. What about? Not bro. I'm all love. I got my partner, him and my partner look just alike. So you know what I'm saying? That's my brother. So you know what I'm saying? It's just all love. But I just, it's just certain energy that's just not, it's not in me no more, man. Absolutely. And again, life is great, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I have no reason. Big respect. Yeah, I have no reason to have no animosity in my heart. But to answer your question, I love the answer. Nah, that chapter is closed. It's done.
What's the biggest thing you did learn from being on that podcast as a podcaster? Like, what did you take? What did you and Rory take from that into y'all and go? You know what? We did learn this and take this from this, and now we utilize this a lot now. To
be transparent with each other. Whether it's business, whether it's personal, like me and Rory have the same accountant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, we don't hide nothing from each other. That was a big thing for us going into it. It was like, bro, a lot of things me and Rory don't even have to talk about. We laugh at like, man, we don't even have to talk about that. That's fire. You know what I mean? And that's just the way we move. We just, we have that type of relationship where the trust is there, the respect is there. And I think once you have that, beautiful things could happen as long as we trust and respect each other. You have room for a lot of other to grow and to happen. So I think, the one thing that we took from that situation was to be very honest with each other, to be very, very truthful with each other, to be very open with each other. Vulnerability is key in anything that you're doing. Be vulnerable with each other as far as your partners and the people you work with. Be vulnerable with each other and be honest with each other. And I think that was one of the things that we took from that situation was like, yo, we not repeating that, and anytime it feels like that energy is present, we addressing it immediately. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna give that any room, because it's a cancer. Yeah. Essentially, like when we there's a lot of things that we saw and peaked that turned into be a killer. It was a cancer. It was like we should have cut that as soon as we saw that. We were supposed to cut that off, so we're not gonna let that build and manifest into something bigger. So I think that was one of the things we took. If it's an issue, if we have anything on our mind, as far as business, we very open, honest. Keep everything is right there. It's things that Rory called me and be like, yo, you cool with this, and I just laugh. I'm like, dog, we ain't gotta. You know I'm cool. Go ahead, man. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I respect that because the situation we came from. Yeah. It's like, bro, we not repeating that. Right. Like, that energy is not present between me and you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of the things I took from that. Just being vulnerable with each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Y'all ever had the same groupie?
Yeah.
For real? Yeah. How do y'all handle that?
I don't. I met a young. I spoke about this on the show before. I met a young lady on the road a few years ago, and she was obviously a fan. Came to the show and expressed that.
Somebody neither one of y'all met before?
No, we never met her before.
Okay, so like no pre-DM. Like y'all coming to the city?
Never.
Okay.
Met her at the show. It was bound to happen. I think eventually you gonna Jay and Nas. We got the Beans and Kiss. We got it happens. We have these moments sometimes where it just happens. Yeah. This just happens to be two of the biggest artists that we have. Yeah. Having this moment. Yeah. But I think Kendrick cemented as one of the greats. You can't take nothing away from him. I just think that in that moment, I loved the way he stepped on the Drake record. Yeah. But I think once you get away from that, and just listen to the bars and the music, me personally, I felt like Drake rapped better on the Family Matters joints.
He did. Agreed.
I wish he would have dropped them, individually, because it's technically 3 songs.
Right.
So I wish he would have dropped them, but then that's just me.
Right.
After the fact, just looking at, damn, if you would have broke those up into 3 different missiles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just getting back to that, I don't care. I don't remember when Nas dropped Ether.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't remember, like, when he dropped that, like, as soon as Jay said something, I don't. So the strategy, Kendrick, that strategy was amazing. It was great. But now, when I'm just listening to the music, away from the battle, just listening to the music, like acting like it has nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
I just think Family Matters, it's better rapping, it's better music.
What's up, y'all? I want to thank you so much for tapping into my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. And the clip of the show, y'all, that was Mal and Rory, and they were speaking about their relationship with Joe Budden. The reason why they decided to have this conversation is because Joe Budden was good friends with Rory and Mal a couple of years ago. And then the relationship had to basically be ended. The reason why is because Rory and Mal, they said that Joe was stealing money from them. And I always thought that it was weird that Rory and Mal all of a sudden they're claiming that Joe stole money from them, because that's basically Joe Budden's podcast. He's the one who started the whole podcast, and he decided to name it, I'll name this podcast later. And then he decided to finally have Rory and Mal as his co-hosts. So what I'm trying to say is that if he signs a big deal with Spotify, which he did, most of the money is gonna go to Joe because it's his podcast. And now they have a new podcast called Rory and Mal. It's not as good as Joe Budden's old podcast that he had with them. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.